I knew something was wrong the moment I spotted strangers drilling into the soil my father once called the only honest land left in this county. By the time I walked closer, sunlight was bouncing off water where no water should have been. A full luxury pool scarred into my acreage. The boards of my old cedar fence creaked as I leaned forward. Holding the deed I kept folded behind the photo of Dad's flag, my boots sank into dust that belonged to me. And somehow, a woman in oversized sunglasses was waving at workers like she owned the whole place. And right then, I promised myself something. If someone tried taking what my family built, I wouldn't walk away quietly. The land had been my reset button. 10 quiet acres outside every HOA border. Away from noise and rules and folks who believed titles made them better. I bought it cash the summer after my shoulder surgery. Just me, an old RV, my father's weathered mug, and enough space to hear myself breathe. But now, instead of empty earth, there was a tiled pool stretching across my property lines. Underwater lighting. Stone patios. A cabana that didn't match anything remotely community-funded. And at the center of it all stood Marilyn Shore, the sort of HOA president who walks like the world, rolls out carpet under her feet. Her perfume carried through the warm air when she turned toward me. "Well, you finally showed up," she said. "Welcome to the new Community Wellness Center." I tightened my grip on the deed. "This isn't community anything. This is my parcel. You're trespassing." Her smile didn't break, but something sharp slid behind her eyes. Predator calm. People like her never hear the word no. It hits them like an insult. "Sir," she said, "our survey places this area inside our association lines. Maybe your paperwork is old." She flashed a map that looked like it had been scanned from a photocopy machine built in the 80s. No county seal. No surveyor number. Nothing remotely official. For a moment, I wondered if she thought I was too simple to notice. Her voice softened into an almost mocking sweetness. "You're welcome to contact our lawyer. We've already integrated this space into community planning." Behind her, a wooden sign caught my eye. "Shore Family Retreat, private use, not wellness center. Not community amenity. Private." My jaw clenched. Dad always said the land speaks if you listen to it, and right then it was shouting. I spent the evening gathering evidence the same way I used to gather leads back when I worked. Investigations. Photos, dates, boundaries. My RV table looked like a case. File, because that's exactly what it had become. County office confirmed my parcel sat far outside their HOA border. Their so-called updated survey, filed by a licensed professional who'd been dead for years. This wasn't incompetence. It was fabrication. When I returned to the site the next morning, 2 private security guards tried blocking me from stepping onto my own dirt. Marilyn strutted behind them, heels clicking on concrete she had no right pouring. "You're causing disruption," she said. "If you keep interfering, the association will take action." Shh. She slid a card toward me. Her attorney, I didn't even look at it. "I'm documenting everything," I said. "And tomorrow I'm filing." Her jaw twitched the first real crack. Bullies hate paper trails. That week turned into a storm of escalation. A CI sand assist from my lawyer. A countersuit accusing me of harassment. Neighbors I'd never met calling me a threat to community investment. The attacks worsened. Someone egged my windshield. Someone else slashed one of my RV tires. Social media posts labeled me a squatter.
Ow.
All orchestrated by the same polished woman who'd built a resort on stolen ground. And then came the meeting Marilyn called an emergency HOA session to discuss a trespasser. I went with a binder of evidence tucked under my arm and my father's. Flag folded in the glove box for courage. Inside, homeowners glared like I'd set fire to their garden sheds. Marilyn took the stage with rehearsed innocence. "Folks, We've invested heavily in your new community retreat, she said. One individual is claiming ownership in an attempt to leverage us. She clicked to a slide showing my RV zoomed in to look as rough as possible. Booze echoed. Then it was my turn. I stepped forward, opened my binder, spoke like a man standing on his own porch defending what mattered. This is the official county map, I said. This is my deed. These, I held up copies, are fraudulent filings created after I purchased the land. Row by row, people started seeing it. The forged signatures, the dead surveyor's license number, the permit approvals stamped weeks after campaign donations to a certain county official. Marilyn froze. A homeowner in the front row finally whispered what everyone was thinking is, "Any of this legal?" The room cracked open 2 weeks later after hearings, filings, and a judge who didn't tolerate nonsense. The truth hit harder than any punch. The court declared, the land is mine. The pool is mine. All permits were fraudulent. The HOA president knowingly built on private property. Marilyn's face drained as the judge referred the case to the district attorney. Charges followed: fraud, falsification, identity misuse, and then came my favorite line from the judge. Mr. Mason owns every structure you attempted to claim. You built him a gift. $1 million pool dropped into my lap by the very people who tried burying me. I didn't keep it. I sold the property, pool and all, to a family who wanted space, not drama. The sale paid off my debts, bought me a small cabin near a quiet lake, left enough to finally replace the old truck Dad and I rebuilt years ago. Marilyn resigned. Her board dissolved. The community replaced nearly every rule they once worshipped. And the land, it breathed again. Sometimes the loudest people crumble the quickest. Sometimes the quiet ground under your boots is stronger than any boardroom, Dad used to say. Property isn't about fences. It's about honesty. Turns out, he was right. Thank you for watching Neighborloom. If you've ever had a neighbor cross a line they shouldn't have, tell me your story in the comments. I read every one.